I guess a little background on myself. So I grew up playing sports my whole life, very physically active. That's what kind of propelled me into the fitness nutrition world. I went to undergrad at the University of Miami and got my undergrad degree in athletic training and sports medicine. And while I was there, I thought that that was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, is be an athletic trainer. And I quickly realized that as I got more into the nutrition side of things, took a few classes throughout my junior year, I really started to get really interested in nutrition, really into strength and conditioning. At the time, I was doing triathlon, so I was doing triathlons for the club team at Miami. And then I decided that I wanted to pursue nutrition a little bit further. So I went on and got my master's degree at James Madison University, and actually completely switched my training from triathlons to CrossFit. That was a 2-year program. And within that program, we had to do a thesis study. And so I did, my thesis study was looking at the ketogenic diet in non-elite CrossFit athletes. My professor really, he basically, when we were looking to research something, he said, hey, find a subject that you're interested in that has to do with nutrition and training that will interest you for the next 2 years, because you're going to be spending a lot of time on this. A lot of my classmates were doing a lot of survey studies and things like that, and I realized that that wouldn't keep me super interested for 2 years. So I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, and I wanted to do more of a human clinical trial. So that's what I did. And at that point, I was just getting into CrossFit. There wasn't really that much out there in the literature on CrossFit training itself. And then let alone nothing in the literature at that point on CrossFit and keto. And this was back in 2014 when I started this research. Yeah, so a few years ago. And so that's what I did. So the study was a 6-week study, and we looked at the body composition changes of implementing a ketogenic diet in non-elite CrossFitters, and we can go over the results of that. But that's what really just propelled me into the low-carb keto space. And it actually happened by accident that I was doing all of this research right when keto was starting to kind of get popular. Popular again, I guess you could say, or just within this generation popular. We know with nutrition, things ebb and flow, right, throughout the years. And at that point, keto was starting to just take off. And so I kind of got lucky in that sense. And after I graduated, the study got published. So that was in 2016. And then I just really dove into, the low carb space. Started implementing, a lower carb lifestyle for myself, working with clients, getting more into CrossFit training, and then getting a little bit away from it. And over that time period, throughout those years, learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes, as we do throughout our own journeys, worked with a lot of clients, made some mistakes with them, learned a lot, ended up writing the book, The 21-Day Ketogenic Diet Weight Loss Challenge, and eventually got to a point where I realized that keto was a great tool, but I kind of went down the rabbit hole a little bit too far and realized that I needed some carbs in my life, and I kind of got this carb phobic mindset was like ingrained in me, and I needed to get out of that. And so that's what brought me more towards this metabolic flexibility side of things. And really over the past 3 to 4 years, it's really what I'm passionate about, because I've worked with myself and with a lot of clients to help them realize that we don't have to be, especially with women, being strict keto for a long period of time might not be the best choice, especially like within their particular goals.